you from the ABFA Technical Center in Pigot's Antigua and Barbuda. Concacaf Nations League action today as Antigua and Barbuda, the hosts, take on group rivals Bermuda. 81 degrees here in Antigua and Barbuda this afternoon, hoping that it stays as nice as it looks right now for this almighty important match in League B, Group D, which we take a look at the moment. These are two teams that do not have any points yet on the board, but this is the respective teams' game in hand to try to catch likes of the Dominican Republic and Dominica, who are currently your top two in the group. But again, these four teams are fighting for two big prizes. Promotion to League A goes to the first place winner along with qualification for the Gold Cup. Second place gets qualification possibly for the Gold Cup prelims as well. So again, time is of the essence for these two countries in particular. Need to start making up the points as quickly as they possibly can. This will be the 12th all-time meeting between these two, and of course they just recently faced off in a 1-1 draw in a 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifier. Bermuda will be trying to beat Antigua and Barbuda for the first time in an official match since 1992. Antigua and Barbuda have had the better of things over a long stretch of time. That was also a World Cup qualifier for an American World Cup as well, 1994's edition of the big tournament. We'll see if Bermuda can pull it off today. Antigua and Barbuda on home soil, hoping that they can pick up three very important points today. Again, both of these teams just to gain some momentum ending this international window. That alone is worth fighting for the points. Again, the next time you'll see these two teams will be in, of course, October and November. So try to finish out this September set of fixtures on a high. Every team in the group will have played 2 games as well. So it does even out after today. And of course, as we've just highlighted, it's a match of the highest importance for these two countries. We'll step aside for now. We'll meet the teams in just a moment. Then we'll get to the anthems, the lineups, and the kickoff in League B, Group D in the Concacaf Nations League between hosts Antigua and Barbuda and Bermuda.
Orlando, are you on time? Get moving. Got to be ready. It's on your time, then.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field of play, Bermuda and Antigua Barbuda. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. And here we go with the starting lineup for Bermuda. Starts with the captain goalkeeper, number 1, Dale Eve.
Now the two sets of players exchange pleasantries after another great rendition of both countries' national anthems. Again, this is a vital game for both teams' hopes of potentially getting League A promotion and an automatic bid to the Concacaf Gold Cup. Got to get points on the board and do it as quickly as possible, especially considering the fact that the DR at the top are on 6 points. Leggett Woods, Antigua and Barbuda 11 looks like this. Quentin Griffith captains the side in the midfield alongside DeAndre Bishop, Raheem Detterville, and Kendukar Challenger. All going to be some notables there. Cardell Roberts, Javorn Stevens are your two up top, and Zaim Scott gets the start in goal for the team in yellow, hosting this one today. Our match officials representing St. Kitts and Nevis and the Cayman Islands in this one today. Trisley Basu is our head official on the field today. And a friendly reminder, there is, of course, no VAR. Dale Eve is the captain and the goalkeeper for this Bermuda side under coach Michael Finley. Cole Hall, Luke Robinson, and Blaze Hall, some of the players to look out for in the attack. Leading the front line, Kane Critchlow and Willie Clemens in the midfield will also be important as well. Keziah Martin, Dante Leverock, and Roger Lee. From a defensive standpoint, will be just a couple of notables to look out for. Bermuda will be in blue from head to toe with the white numerals. Well, we talked about it already, but it is worth reiterating the history, of course. Points to Antigua and Barbuda. Bermuda have just not quite been able to really get one over on them in a competitive game, as we mentioned, in quite some time. Have to go back nearly 3.5 decades last time that Bermuda were able to win in a competitive fixture over Antigua and Barbuda. It was a draw the last time these two got together. So we'll see if Bermuda can take it a step further. Again, it was a 1992 World Cup qualifier. Last time Bermuda defeated Antigua and Barbuda in a men's competitive match. That was 32 years ago. Yes, nearly 3.5 decades ago. Still some fans filing in to get a glimpse of this one here at the ABFA Technical Center. And the ball rolls here with Bermuda going from right to left. They kick us off. And this all-important League B Group D encounter is underway. Again, Sean St. Jacques here with you. Happy to help you finish up what's been a wonderful stretch of games in this Concacaf Nations League window. And the referee very early on here, before 25 seconds have been played, gives Bermuda a free kick. That was a good, purposeful run from Luke Robinson. And it's an early set-piece opportunity here for Bermuda inside of a minute. Michael Finley's going to want his side to really start congesting that penalty area, put the early pressure on the hosts. And from the free kick, it's punched out by Scott. Bermuda keep possession. Roger Lee. Back to this near side. There was a chance for a cross. Lee's there for a re-entry. Back and forth we go on this near side. And in the end, it kind of fizzles out in the end. That was Reggie Lamb trying to link up with Blaze Hall. In the end, Zaim Scott takes charge for Antigua and Barbuda at the end of the sequence. Well, sometimes in these CONCACAF games, teams either don't have a ton of history or it's been dominated by friendlies or teams haven't met in a while. These two teams meet quite a bit, and they meet on pretty big stages as well. Again, some of the more notable meetings have been in FIFA World Cup qualifiers. Doesn't get much bigger than that. The next step up from that, of course, these major tournaments like this. So once again, it's these two countries on this big stage. And again, there's a lot riding on this. For the winner, you stay very much alive for potential promotion, or at least staying in the mix for second, that's for sure. And for the team that can't pick up any points today, it's a long road back when we return to the Nations League in October, and of course after that in November. Oh, that's a lovely little give and go. It doesn't quite come off in the middle and the heart of the Antigua and Barbuda defense, and the hosts get a brief chance to counterattack here. Well stood up by Willie Clemens. And the ball is bent up ahead. It's close to the goalkeeper. Too close in the end. Dale Eve is there. And Bermuda will reset the play.
You're breaking the chair already? Huh? Chair broke?
Well, here comes some of the Antigua and Barbuda pressure. They're hoping that Bermuda have trouble with that today, but not on that occasion. Willie Clemens up ahead. Great first touch, and Bermuda all of a sudden are in with a chance here. It's laid off, and the shot is blocked out for a corner. Well, Blaze Hall had time there, maybe too much time to make up his mind. Lovely ball played in behind by Reggie Lamb. Maybe the shot needs to be taken a bit earlier there. Decent layoff. The shot blocked. Luke Robinson arriving, and it goes out for a corner. Now, one of those where you wonder if it was taken first time, could there have been a different outcome? From the corner, it's flicked on at the near post. And there was a chance with another one or two players queuing up at the back stick. That was a searching header. I think that was Cole Hall who flicked it on across the face of goal. Nobody there to get a touch onto it. And I must say, Zaim Scott was beaten. It just needed a touch at the back stick. The good start for Bermuda continues. There's a takeaway. On the turn, it's Hall. Blaze Hall overruns it. But Hall fights to get back onto it. Referee says it's a fair challenge. And again, Bermuda win the ball right back. Cole Hall out wide. Robinson has Roger Lee for company. Helped along with a little push and a chase. Ooh, and a little push in the back. Isaiah Martin wins the free kick, and Bermuda continue their early bit of positivity here. Nice little touch and burst of pace forward by Martin, but he was forced to stop in his tracks. So he wins a free kick. Few different options for Reggie Lamb here. Looks like he will opt to play it to the near side. Robinson. Step overs galore. He gets to the byline. Robinson across. Not cleared. And it's laid off for Roger Lee. He couldn't quite get to it. Some big defensive interventions there at times from Antigua and Barbuda, and they're not out of the woods yet. Lee again. Lee's forced to replenish the possession. It goes all the way back. It was Leverock. Harry Twite. Also going to be important defensively. This Bermuda side. Switch of play onto the near side. Robinson. Little give and go. Cole Hall. Was he Out-muscled there, not quite. The follow-up from Blaze Hall. Antigua and Barbuda still trying to fight their way out of it. They win a free kick to finally alleviate some of this early press. Again, one of the reasons the Dominican Republic, of course, are at the top of the tables because they won earlier today. They beat Dominica by 2 goals to 0. That's what makes this game so important. There are other live games going on as we speak. Cuba taking on Nicaragua, and Belize having a 1-0 lead over Anguilla as we speak. I believe it's also 0-0 between Barbados and the U.S. Virgin Islands. So quite a bit of games going on now, and then we will see St. Kitts and Nevis later on. Not too far from now, under half an hour away. They will be kicking off as well. Could be a chance here for Bermuda. The shot is blazed over the top. It's a goal kick. That was Willie Clemens. And there's a player down for the hosts away from the ball. Oh, another look. Good patient build-up play. Blaze Hall out to the far side. Willie Clemens thought, why not? But he misses the target. Just to finish the earlier thoughts, St. Kitts and Nevis are playing the British Virgin Islands. That's a 4:30 p.m. Eastern kickoff. And should mention, to wrap up the day in the Windows action, Trinidad and Tobago against French Guiana. That's a 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time kickoff. And then 3 hours after that, a really important one, Honduras against Jamaica. Jamaica, of course, dropped points on match day 1 for them. They're going to have to try to bounce back, the Reggae Boys, and it will not be easy. Honduras looked really good the last time we saw them late last week. Of course, these are 2 teams fighting to get where those teams are at in League A. A little bit of frustration on the sideline here. On the Bermuda contingent, it is going to be a free kick for Antigua and Barbuda. Michael Finley and his staff not particularly thrilled with the last decision. From the free kick, and it was touched away, and it's going to be allowed to roll out for a throw-in on the far side. Raheem Detterville will leave it. I've had the pleasure of commentating on games here before, and Antigua and Barbuda do love to use the long throw from these positions, and you can see why. They put it right into the heart of Bermuda's penalty area, but the visitors were able to clear it. Now it's a foot race the other direction, and a clearance was very much required. Antigua and Barbuda just about get themselves out of trouble. Just a brief glimpse of what Bermuda can do when they can get out in the open field. Transitional moments could prove to be pretty pivotal in this one today, that's for sure. Both teams have plenty of pace, but Bermuda in particular could really get after it if given the opportunity. Interplay there to Martin, is forced to go all the way back. Dwight and company will again restart the play. Near side Robinson. Roger Lee, who continues to be an outlet. Robinson again, trying to get through a sea of yellow shirts here. Lee cutting in field. Robinson. Now down the line, linking up with Blaze Hall. Those two again connecting. Infield it goes. Clemens. Martin. Robinson on the turn. Can he find space? Again, quick feet. Cross comes up short. But it's not cleared. Quick recovery by Kane Critchlow. Critchlow across! Oh, it was a sidewinding attempt. May have been slightly blocked. In the end, Antigua and Barbuda come out with it. Well, Bermuda have tried to just play their way through by picking out the slightest of gaps at times. They nearly did it there. Antigua and Barbuda are trying to give them as little to work with as possible, but the visitors nearly turned something out of nothing. Oh, not the best challenge there. That's going to be a free kick. Or is it? Referee, let's play continue. And another required touch there on a clever ball played diagonally. Allows Bermuda to reset once more. Dwight lifts that ball up ahead. This could be a chance here for Bermuda. There are a couple players to aim at in the penalty area. They will get a corner out of it in the end. Kane Critchlow putting in the work. And he gets a set piece for his country here. Critchlow will take the corner. It is a good header as well. But Blaze Hall sends it right down the middle, and Zaim Scott quickly sends it upfield. And there was a little bit of a collision upfield as well as, well, you could see some of the passion there. Dante Leverock just trying to keep the standards high, keep everyone in the positions they need to be. You need players like that out on the pitch. The extension of the coach, as some call it. The coach on the field can be super, super important. Just a quick example there from Dante Leverock, the leaders who help to keep it all together. Now then, this is a lovely marauding run. Keziah Martin over to this near side. Blaze Hall. Robinson forces the stave out of Scott, and it's out for another Bermuda corner as the visitors continue their really strong attacking start. They've done everything, but they'll score pretty much. Haven't had many clear-cut chances yet, but the likes of Luke Robinson keep making it interesting in and around the Antigua and Barbuda penalty area. Reggie Lamb will take the corner. He puts good pace on it, and it was punched away, and the reattempt, the fire back shot from Roger Lee goes well wide. Zaim Scott did well. He got to it, but he didn't definitively clear it. That's why for a moment it felt like Roger Lee had a really good chance to make something happen there, but was not quite able to make it happen.
Come on, Cloud. Go, go, go.
The whistle will stop the play here. Now there are 2 balls on the pitch. That has to be dealt with. Looks like Scott, he's going to come over and send that away. Another little tangled moment. Twite that time stepping in, and Bermuda doing a lot of things well, all up and down the pitch, winning the ball back quickly, putting pressure on. That's a rare miscue from the visitors here. Can Antigua and Barbuda create their first big moment? And no is the answer. That trickles out of play. Nice ball looped over the top. Good touch into space as well. Bermuda have numbers queuing up. I'll tell you what, Antigua and Barbuda under some real pressure there. They were briefly outnumbered. Were able to clear it away. Harry Twite again will assess his options. We head into the 20th minute here. It's been a brilliant start for Bermuda in blue. Antigua and Barbuda have not had much to work with in the attack, and well, they've had more than their fair share of defending to do. I think the only takeaway from Michael Finley and his staff that's been negative is they haven't really had a clear-cut opportunity to find the back of the net. And in games like this, we've been saying it throughout the last 4 to 5 days, really. Games like this tend to be decided by the teams who can take advantage of the opportunities they create. Robinson, 2 men on him. Antigua and Barbuda snuff it out, and they'll clear it upfield. Clemens out wide. That's an opportunity for Critchlow, maybe. He thinks better of it. Ooh, it ends up being a little dummy there from Blaze Hall. Not sure he meant that, but he continues his run. And his touch allows Antigua and Barbuda to clear it away. Although not definitively, it's quickly won back. What can Bermuda do from this position here? Lamb. It's a feather touch into the penalty area. Needs to be recycled back for Clemens in the end. Now then, out wide by Critchlow. Critchlow again. Critchlow shot from a tight angle. It's again going to be parried out for a corner by Scott. Those have been the kind of opportunities where the shooters have been a little bit, well, we'll say it this way. They've been taking some low percentage shots, really. At times, Bermuda from tight angles, from angles where they're second favorites to find the back of the net, but it's putting more and more pressure on the hosts here. And from the corner, it's a high arcer. Good header to the back post. And there was a bit of a collision, but Cole Hall couldn't put his header on target. And there is a little bit of pushing and shoving, some words exchanged afterwards, but that's a great header in there by Dante Leverock, and well, Cole Hall couldn't get to it. Oh, and there was actually a little bit of a kick out there from Quentin Griffith. Has to be more careful there, the captain. He's lucky there's no VAR. That could have been easily reviewed, and I must say, I don't think the referee saw it, so there's no yellow card either. Not saying it could have or should have been given as anything more than that, but with VAR, I would not have been surprised if that had been reviewed. You cannot do that at the end of a sequence like that. Keep your emotions in check in a game with so much at stake.
Touch, please. Why not, kid? Swing it. Willie. Why not, Harry?
Ooh, that was a coming together.
Hold on,
Referee
Rick.
again lets it go. But again, Bermuda's ball-winning ability just continues to be top-notch. You can hear the encouragement coming from the Bermuda technical area. Substitutes, players, and staff. Robinson eludes the first challenge. Tries to get the cross into a dangerous area. And it's a missed opportunity. Kane Critchlow, hands on heads here. Robinson does so well. Well, that should be going into the back of the net. It's a rare miscue from Zaim Scott. Gonna get nowhere near that. Should have stayed on his line. And Kane Critchlow, my goodness. You ask him and he'll tell you he should have done better with that.
Hold on, Red. Rog.
Another run forward here. Critchlow trying to make amends. Ken has to fight off the challenge.
Okay, Luke, give it to Luke. Give it to Luke. Give it to Luke. Wrap it.
Robinson gets his shot away. It's a comfortable save for Scott.
Yeah, Luke. Good job.
Now you can see from the stats there, that's really telling the story of the match so far. And Antigua and Barbuda find their first attempt, I should say, their first shot. Haven't had one yet. Bermuda are in double digits in shots, but haven't done the most with those opportunities, as Kane Critchlow's attempt illustrates. Antigua and Barbuda will get a free kick. DeAndre Bishop trying to move forward. He was clearly tripped, not once, but twice. And it's a free kick. And before the free kick is taken, it does look like both teams have been summoned to the near side for a cooling break here in Antigua and Barbuda. Well, again, just to reiterate, it has been a terrific start for the visitors. Bermuda have been the aggressors. They've dictated the tempo. They've been winning the ball back consistently in the midfield and have not given Antigua and Barbuda anything to work with. No shots on goal, nothing. On the other end, Antigua and Barbuda have had to defend bravely at times. They've been under constant pressure. Bermuda, you just saw a moment ago, into double figures as far as shots with 10. And we were just a few minutes past the halfway point in this first half, but they have not been able to take any of those opportunities, and well, they just missed the best chance of the game as well. Kane Critchlow had a free header with the goal gaping, and he sent it wide of the target. Here's another one of those big opportunities from earlier. That was a chance for Cole Hall off a great header redirected by Dante Leverock, but again, couldn't square it up to put it on target to this point in the match. And Mikhail Ledgetwood is trying to encourage his side, but also maybe, just maybe, light a little bit of a fire under them here. They have a potential in this next sequence to come up with their best attacking moment. A free kick, it's in good position. Chance to maybe pick somebody out. Quentin Griffith and DeAndre Bishop standing over this. Two in the wall for Bermuda. Griffith tries to send it into the penalty area, and before the ball lands, the whistle blows and it goes the other way. Well, that is going to be filed under missed opportunity.
Hold on, Luke.
Antigua and Barbuda really haven't had any opportunities of note to speak of. That's going to have to change. Dwight. Well, he's able to maraud past a few challenges here and switches the play out to the far side. Nice reverse ball towards the edge of the penalty area, and again Bermuda trying to find their way in behind. They may very well do it here. Cross is blocked. Antigua and Barbuda playing with some fire here. The clearance is deflected by Cole Hall. Coming together on the edge of the penalty area. Referee lets it go, and it's cleared up field. Another awkward moment inside the penalty area, but Antigua and Barbuda do enough. White gets it back from Luke Robinson. Roger Lee up ahead. Far side, Lamb for Critchlow. Critchlow again. Ooh, and it's a pass that's cut out. And then a foul committed. Ends the sequence. It's a free kick. Oh, and the referee gives a yellow card. That challenge as well. That's going to be Reggie Lamb, who sees the first yellow card of the match. And, well, on second view, it is well deserved. It was an unnecessary challenge to make. Gets none of the ball. Gets all of the player. And 9 times out of 10, when those things happen, a yellow card comes out.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, yellow card was issued to number 19 of Bermuda in the 33rd minute of play. It is still 0-0.
It's a hopeful ball played ahead. Ooh, it could lead to something here for Antigua and Barbuda. Good cutback! And the shot is blocked on the edge of the penalty area. It rolls off of the corner flag. That's in play. And the follow-up challenge was fierce. I believe it has taken it out for a corner, although the assistant did not signal. It is going to be a corner on the near side. Every once in a while, the corner flag becomes part of the story, but only for a brief moment that time. So another set-piece chance. Can Antigua Barbuda make something of it? It's going to be cleared high into the air. Not out of the woods yet, though, Bermuda. Headed back to the near side. Ooh, that was a poor challenge. Referee, I think, tries to play advantage here. A volleyed attempt, blocked away. Ooh, was that handled on the edge of the penalty area? Play continues. Oh, the whistle goes the other way. It's a Bermuda free kick. Kieran Richards just kept on going for Antigua Barbuda. There was big handball appeals. Wouldn't have been a penalty, but would have been a free kick. Not to look at, that's a handball on the edge of the penalty area. And yes, there's a pull on the shirt, but the referee should have brought that back for an Antigua Barbuda free kick. He did not see it. Antigua Barbuda miss out on an opportunity there. Could that be the spark for Antigua Barbuda moving things in the right direction here? Have not had the ball very often in the final third to start this game off. That's going to have to change. Goes all the way back to Scott for a refresh of the possession here. Richards. Outside of the boot, pass ahead, it's cut out. Gives a chance for Antigua Barbuda to build towards another opportunity potentially here, though as soon as I say that, the pass is cut out, and it's a chance for Bermuda to break up the other end. Lamb in behind. He sends Cole Hall out to the far side, a little too far out to the far side. Lamb. Good cross into the middle, the header is central, and it falls into the waiting arms of Scott. And Blaze Hall never got a chance to go for goal. Oh, it starts out so well on the break. Lamb's pass was too far wide. And that would initially stifled the transitional move, but then great recovery to cross it into the middle, but Blaze Hall was second to it. The longer Bermuda don't get the opening goal, the more likely it is that Antigua Barbuda can bounce back. They might get a chance here, but the cross into the middle again is to nobody in particular. Picked up by Cole Hall. And nobody told Cole Hall that someone was behind him. He loses out. Poor communication from Bermuda there. We've been able to hear some of the talking between the players. Nobody told Cole Hall that someone was on him. It's a lovely switch of play onto the near side. This is Cardell Roberts. He plays it in field, and it's forced to go all the way back to Zaim Scott in goal. Roberts. Oh, it's really well shepherded by Harry Twite. Wonderful defending. And Dale Eve is able to collect, and he gives a pat on the chest of Twite, I should say, beg your pardon. Really nicely done by Bermuda's back line there. Now then, that was a loose touch by Richards, but Bermuda keep pushing for it. They're swarming around, but Antigua and Barbuda get a fortunate bounce, and they have a chance to play their way through in transition here. Switch of play. It's a decent layoff. It opens up for the shot. But it's sent wide by Javorn Stevens. That might go down as one of, if not the first, Antigua and Barbuda shot of the day. Again, it's another good switch. Tyreek Hughes lays it off. And Stevens, well, can't blame him for shooting. Antigua and Barbuda barely had a sniff. As soon as the opening arrived, he tried to bend it. It did go wide in the end.
It's a problem to sit right there, like.
Oh, that was a good cutout initially, not a good challenge. It's going to be a yellow card for Willie Clemens. It's now two players in the Bermuda midfield sitting on a yellow card. It was a good job winning the ball back by Antigua and Barbuda, but it was the two sevens meeting in the middle. And the referee certainly within his right to give a yellow for that. It was a poorly timed tackle.
Sammy!
'Scott sends it ahead. He does pick out a teammate in the end, and it was helped along, but it's too far out in front of Roberts. Five minutes plus stoppage time remaining in the half. We were talking earlier about the opportunity for these two teams here. Can someone take advantage and grab a lead? Somehow, Harry Twight pulls a rabbit out of his hat there and gets out of trouble. Bermuda's attack continues. First time ball in. Ooh, that was an opportunity for a shot in the middle. Again, it's Blaze Hall who was the target. But again, Scott corrals. It all starts with a wild run from Harry Twight. Good ball from Clemens into the middle. No touch from Cole Hall. And Blaze Hall couldn't square it up either. Well, you start to wonder if Bermuda are going to rue some of these chances. They're not able to get a goal here. Well, I must say, Antigua and Barbuda have had a few opportunities just on this side in the last couple moments, and not picking out the right passing. It's starting to become an issue for them. That's a lovely pass up ahead. Lamb he has his pocket picked. The referee says it's a clean challenge. Antigua and Barbuda come the other way. Richards. It's a header down, a little back and forth, and it's a nudge off the ball. It's a free kick for the hosts.
Settle it now.
Some more Bermuda defending to do here in the final minutes of the half. You can see the challenge come in. That was from Roger Lee. Fouling Dukar, challenger. Well, challenger wins the free kick, but again, big question is, can Antigua and Barbuda do anything with it here? They do get a header onto it, but to nobody in particular, and again, you could just see some of the gestures between the players. There's been times in this half where there's been some frustration and, frankly, some miscommunication between some of the Antigua and Barbuda players. You don't tend to see that with this group, but it is starting to show a little bit in the latter stages of the half. Robinson is dispossessed. Dennerville up the other way. It's a good ball to the near side for Tyreek Hughes. Hughes into the middle. It's headed down. Follow-up volley is blocked away. It's going to be a throw-in. That might be the most decisive patch of play we've seen from the hosts so far, and at the tail end of it, Dennerville, who was at the heart of it, goes down with an injury. He's the one that started the movie. He's the one that followed up with the shot. And he's the one that needs some attention.
Go, you good? Go. You right?
Quite a bit for both coaches to mull over. Mikel Ledgetwood, I'm sure he's just trying to get his team back on track, really. It's been a tough first half. Antigua and Barbuda, they've been under pressure for most of it. Seemingly trying to sort some things out in this first half. Bermuda, again, have done almost everything right, but where it matters the most, they have not been able to capitalize. And Michael Finley will be hopeful that that will come at some point. As the afternoon is close to becoming the evening here. Again, Bermuda with a chance to come the other way. That's a lovely reverse ball. Reggie Lamb is in, and Scott makes the stop. Best chance Bermuda's had in quite some time. Lovely little reversal here from Cole Hall. Reggie Lamb has a good run at goal here. Decent strike. It goes right at Scott, who claims it in the end. And that leads us into 2 added minutes at the end of the first half. Well, besides the missed header by Kane Critchlow for Bermuda, that's been, beg your pardon, the best chance we've seen in this first half of action. Two clear-cut Bermuda chances, both of them left on the wayside in the end. Here is Critchlow. Martin on the turn. Twite joins in. Final seconds here. Can Bermuda grab the bit of momentum they've been searching for all half? Clemens. Lee back for Leverock. Leverock up ahead. Not the best touch there from Luke Robinson, and he commits a foul. Brings down Cardell Roberts. We get a second look at it, and well, I don't think it's a yellow card, but it certainly was a foul, and that might take us into the halftime break, although Roberts felt the after effects of that. Nope, that is going to be the end of the half here in Antigua and Barbuda. No score between these two in this Group D encounter in the Concacaf Nations League. League B action. Bermuda ruining some missed opportunities, two big ones in particular, among a host of shots towards the Antigua and Barbuda goal. The hosts have not quite gotten going yet in the attacking sense, only a couple of half chances to speak of. Other than that, they haven't created much. We said opportunity knocks earlier. Well, opportunity is still out there to be had in this all-important Group D affair. At the half, it is Antigua and Barbuda 0, Bermuda 0.
It's halftime. It's 0-0.
Tie up.
Yeah.
And
Boys, they just have some quick feet, get some quick feet in. Run it out. Some quick feet, yeah. Just turn your body in. Come on, quick feet.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, getting set for this
Let's get some quick feet in.
It's all going to Antigua Barbuda. Bermuda halftime score, Bermuda 0, Antigua Barbuda 0. Keep it locked, the action continues.
Get some quick feet in, quick feet.
Sean St. Jacques back here with you at the half between Antigua and Barbuda and Bermuda here. Concacaf Nations League. League B, Group D tie here. It is 0-0 with a huge 45 minutes still to take place here at the ABFA Technical Center in Pigot's Antigua and Barbuda. Well, we talked about it at length. Bermuda had much the better of that first half. So many opportunities, two big ones in particular that they were not able to take advantage of, and it's allowed Antigua and Barbuda to stay in the game. But can they get something going in the attack? They really have had few opportunities to work with. The tension certainly will build as this match moves along. Again, these are two teams that really can't afford to drop points here. Someone's got to try to find three. They'll be behind the 8 ball when this group reconvenes in October. Likes of Dominica and the Dominican Republic are the teams that these two are trying to chase. Second half is underway. Antigua and Barbuda are in yellow. They'll be going from left to right this time at the start of the second half. Bermuda are in blue, and they'll look to carry the momentum that they've been building into the second half and hope that it yields the opening goal. That's all they've been missing in this match to this point. Two huge chances, the big miss from Kane Critchlow and a good save from Scott on the attempt from Reggie Lamb. Those have been the two biggest chances for either side, frankly. Antigua and Barbuda have spurned a few set-piece opportunities, and the only close call is a Javorn Stevens attempt that went wide of the target. Well, good battle for it here. Detterville keeps it going, but there's a player down. And that will bring the sequence to a halt, at least for now. Another look. At the end of the sequence there, Willie Clemens is the player who is slow to continue here. We briefly talked about it earlier, but Antigua and Barbuda lost on match day 1. They got the goal from Javorn Stevens, who almost scored again earlier. They lost by 2-1 in the end. That was also here. And Bermuda was a bit more of a heartbreaker for them. They were up a man for a vast majority of the match and had the lead on 2 separate occasions. And they could take the lead here. Critchlow. Centering pass. This is Reggie Lamb on the turn. His shot is blocked, and Scott is there to retrieve the deflected effort. Critchlow did score against the Dominican Republic, and so did Lamb, and they've been more likely to score here. Again, the Dominican Republic scored an 84th minute winner. Ronaldo Vasquez, that's what allowed them to grab those critical 3 points. One game did go final during our halftime interval. Belize beating Anguilla by 1-0. Cuba and Barbados also leading. And so is St. Kitts and Nevis in the other live games going on right now. Trinidad and Tobago, French Guiana, Honduras, and Jamaica are the final 2 games of the night later on this evening. Clemens up ahead. Great ball out to the far side, maybe too much on it. It is going to go out of play. It's a goal kick. And again, Bermuda looking promising in the build-up, but can't find the killer pass or the final touch. Scott called into action. It's just about dealt with, and the hosts can reset the play. Oh, lovely skill there. Raheem Detterville, early ball into the penalty area. Harry Twite clears it away for Bermuda. And even those kind of moments, we didn't see a ton in Antigua and Barbuda, but that was much more promising. Bermuda up the other end. Oh, that was a chance for Critchlow to try to cross it. He runs into the fence. His play continues. He just couldn't take it out of the air with his boot. Stevens, he's fouled. It's a free kick.
Hey, boy. Hey, boy.
White. Got the header on it. Goes all the way back to Dale Eve, who had to be quick, and he gets it away. Now then, Challenger forced to go back. Didn't mention this on air, but it was an off-air thought. Did wonder if Antigua and Barbuda were going to make any halftime changes. Neither side made any, and Mikhail Ledgetwood wants his side to figure it out in this second half. I'm sure if time goes by and it stays scoreless, or Bermuda go ahead, then we might see the host make some changes, but not to be at the half, as there was a trip in that sequence. It was well spotted, and it's a free kick. Speaking of tactics, both sets of assistant coaches working through the games of it all, the tactics and the strategy required for a game such as this. Great shot from our crew there. Just a great example of how the coaching staff, their minds are always turning and ideas are always forming, and it's about making the right decisions with so much hanging in the balance, really, for both sides. A win is really what's required to keep pace. Anything less than that will be behind the 8 ball in a month's time. And here from the set piece, it's headed out of play. It's going to be a corner for Bermuda, putting more and more pressure on the Antigua and Barbuda goal, though despite some bending, the hosts have not broken yet. That's been the one positive for Antigua and Barbuda. Yes, they've been inviting pressure, but they have been able to handle it. They've dodged a couple of big chances. And this one from the corner, oh, it's really well collected by Zaim Scott. Heavy, heavy traffic. And he was second best to get to that, or second favorite, I should say, but he was able to climb the ladder and grab it. Although, has he paid the price for doing so? Lamb with the service, and great take again. Scott, and goalkeepers in that spot have to get that spot on, and that's what Scott did. But did he injure himself in the process? That now becomes the question. He's pointing at his left leg. Some concern. Antigua and Barbuda here. Oh, we mentioned it in the first half. If you look at the graphic there, 2 yellow cards that Bermuda will have to play through in this second half. Clemens and Lamb are carrying those. Looks like Scott's okay, which is good to see from the host's point of view. And his first touch, however, was a giveaway, and Bermuda quickly retrieved the possession. Oh, lovely flick. It's a real chance for Bermuda here. It could fall. And a big shot! It's it off the post! Kane Critchlow delivers for Bermuda. He missed the huge chance in the first half, but he more than makes amends in the second half. It's thoroughly deserved, and Bermuda finally have their lead. It's 1-0. Cole Hall with a great follow-up. Oh, quick feet to get past the challenge, and it is a wonderful finish in off the post. Look at that skill from Kane Critchlow. It's a beautiful Bermuda goal, and the visitors jump out in front. Some class from Kane Critchlow. It's a lovely finish. I'm not sure what was better, the little 1-2 that he did with himself to get past the challenge or the finish. Both were exquisite. And you cannot say that Bermuda haven't deserved it. They've been knocking on the door all game. And it's the man who missed the open header in the first half. Well, he didn't miss that. Kane Critchlow buries the big opportunity. Antigua and Barbuda, who were hanging on, are now very much behind here. There was the challenge from Concacaf Challenger. 1 or 2 Bermuda asks there for a yellow card, not given. And Dale Eve, the captain, resets for a now leading Bermuda side here. out of play. It's a Bermuda throw. They look to extend their lead now. Cross into the middle. Lamb tried to lay it off. Oh, it's a good follow-up, and the shot is speared in there. Scott saves. Oh, what a vicious attempt that was. That was traveling. But Zaim Scott keeps Antigua and Barbuda within striking distance. And Bermuda seem to be beaming with confidence now. Twite. Marad's forward. Ooh, but he's dispossessed. Chance for Antigua and Barbuda to bring it up the other end. DeAndre Bishop is brought down, and that's a free kick. Well, how quickly things can change. It looked like Bermuda are going to create another opportunity. Twite's mistake. And the foul is forced to be given. That was Reggie Lamb, who's already been booked, and oh, he's almost saying to the referee, I had to make the challenge, and the referee probably said back to him, well, another one of those, and you might see another yellow. I'm not sure if Reggie Lamb is going to be able to get away with another one of those. That might have been his last warning. And all of a sudden, it's another set-piece opportunity for Antigua and Barbuda. Not many yet in the second half, but this could be a real chance. Ball is bent in. Oh, it was a decent attempt at a ricocheted shot, just trying to pass it on target. It didn't work out. Oh, and that wasn't the best challenge. In behind. What color is this card going to be? It's going to be a yellow card for Cardell Roberts. Ooh, you started to worry for Roberts there. Another look. Roberts swinging the boot through, and well, the reason I was asking about the color of the card is because it looked like Cardell Roberts was the last defender, and I'll tell you what, Bermuda are asking the question if that was a denial of a goal-scoring opportunity there. It was far away from goal, and I think that's what may have saved Cardell Roberts in the end from getting sent off. To Bermuda's point, there was no defender on the cover behind him. In the end, yellow card is the decision, and there's, well, half an hour left to play here. Bermuda have the lead after a wonderful finish from Kane Critchlow.
Simplify it, boy! Face up!
Good touch in field, Antonio Morgan. After he had a great touch, it's a poor ball out to the far side. It's a cheap giveaway. And Bermuda can bring more pressure up the field here in search of a second goal, which could potentially kill off the match. Headed high into the air. Not cleared yet. Lamb keeps it going. Critchlow! Put it on a plate into the middle, but Cole Hall couldn't redirect it in traffic. Another look. Great job by Lamb keeping this alive. Critchlow into the middle. I wonder if the goalkeeper, maybe the defender behind him, puts him off.
You gotta come a bit. Blaze, be aware on your left side. Keep him wider.
Antigua and Barbuda right now again seemingly holding on just to try to hang around. Really not offered much still in the attack. That's somewhat of a credit to Bermuda. must be mentioned. Oh, lovely touch. Clemens is played into the action. It's played centrally, Blaze Hall. Martin, oof, that was wasteful. That is not what Michael Finley and his staff would have had in mind, or his teammates, frankly, in that position. Isaiah Martin would have wanted to do a little bit more with that. Especially with an opportunity to extend the lead. You want to put your team in a better position, and that is a poor bit of decision making there. But here's another takeaway. Cole Hall couldn't find Critchlow on the reverse. Scott will try to clear. But Antigua and Barbuda can't play their way out. It's a first-time shot. And Scott is able to make the save, and he's frustrated because his teammates gave that away rather easily after he played their way through. And then the offside flag goes up against Raheem Detterville up the other end. And he could have been in. He timed that up a little bit better. Well, we said if Bermuda went ahead, we wouldn't be surprised if changes were to follow. Stevens is out. Keon Green is on. Tyree Tong is also going to come on. And Cardell Roberts is going to exit. It's a double swap. Antigua and Barbuda. Again, Tyree Tong and Keon Green are on. Roberts and Stevens are off. And also, Cole Hall is going to exit for Bermuda. Jai Bean is going to take his place. Those are the first changes of the game for both sides here. Nearly went 65 minutes without any alterations. And now, right from the restart, it's a chance for Bermuda to double their lead. Possible penalty. And then Critchlow has his shot saved by Scott. Good save. The Antigua and Barbuda goalkeeper, and now he's down again in a heap. And Bermuda are still asking the referee why he didn't blow the whistle for a possible penalty here. There's the look. Well, maybe not enough contact there in the end. Good strike by Kane Critchlow. And I might add as well, Bermuda, not much appeals from the players. That sometimes can indicate how much they felt it was actually a penalty in the moment.
Hey, we don't concede. Water, hydration. Ready. I'm having that in fucking tent. Not water, Gatorade. Get in there, stand in there before they get in. I don't fuck with none of that.
That's the second time Zaim Scott has been down with an injury. Shahoy Dorsett and Jaden Martin are the backup goalkeepers. And well, here's the goal. Lovely bit of skill from Kane Critchlow, and he buries it off the bottom of the left upright into the back of the net to give Bermuda a richly deserved lead in the second half. He scores yet again, Kane Critchlow, in the Nations League. And it could be Bermuda's day if they can see this out. Well, you can see there an update on the stats. It has not changed for Antigua and Barbuda. Still just 3 shots. Bermuda had 13 shots at the half. They're now up to 20 in the game as a whole, with a decent chunk of the second half played. It's just showing how lopsided it's been. Again, Bermuda were thoroughly deserving of the first goal, but they're still trying to grab another to really stamp their authority and take control of the match. It has been one of those games where the scoreline has not necessarily been indicative of how this is played out. It really has been one-way traffic for the most part. Reggie Lamb from the corner. It's a great corner. It's going to be headed away. And maybe a chance here for Antigua and Barbuda. Early ball played into the penalty area. It's a chance to equalize. And it's one of the first times we've seen some of the fans get out of their seats here. The chance is missed by the substitute, Keon Green. Some hands on heads from some of the supporters and one of the ball boys as well. Another look. Dennerville's ball was the right ball to play. And Keon Green, well, you could see where he was aiming, trying to go to that far post, but he misses the target. Dennerville is going to get to this ball here. Antigua and Barbuda. He cuts inside and tumbles over. Referee says not enough contact. Morgan. Retrieved by Griffith, and oh, it's picked back off by Critchlow. Critchlow leaves Bermuda up the other end, but he doesn't play the right ball. It's touched away. He tries to catch up to it. He loses out. Now Antigua and Barbuda come up the other end. A track meet's broken out. Bishop. Bishop looks to find the angle and finds a... Ooh, he does not find a corner. I was going to say the assistant looked to be pointing for a corner. The referee overrules him, and the sequence ends there. Clemens. Mr. Roger Lee. For all the pressure that Antigua and Barbuda have been under today, they're still only down by 1 goal with 70 minutes left. Still a lot of time to go. Luke Robinson. Plays it infield. Helped along. This is Lamb. Critchlow. Lamb. Lays it off. Martin passes up the shot. Another layoff. Clemens. Lovely first time ball. Little give and go. Kane Critchlow has his shot saved again by Scott. Well, a brilliant bit of build-up play here from Bermuda. They were patient. They end up getting a good shot away from the goal scorer, Kane Critchlow, but not enough to beat Scott. Dennerville, he's been the spark to keep Antigua and Barbuda in with some hope. And he leads his country forward here. Out to the far side it goes. And the cross into the middle is cut out. Lamb up the other end for Bermuda. He cuts it back. Tries to thread the needle to Bean, who was arriving in the penalty area. It was cut out. Ball is played up ahead by Morgan. Could be a chance for the cross here. It's played across. Oh, that could have been the moment Antigua and Barbuda have been searching far and wide for. There was nobody there to get on the end of it. Great effort to cross that into the middle itself. But again, there's no end product for the hosts. And the ball going out of play, I believe, is going to be a cue for a cooling break, it looks like here. Both sets of players look to be trotting off for a bit of rehydration. Again, after constant pressure and persistence, the goal did finally arrive, and it was a delightful finish from Kane Critchlow in the 56th minute. Could have had one or two more in this second half as well, but the game stays on a knife edge here as we head towards the final 15 minutes or so. A stoppage time to play. Again, Sean St. Jacques, our entire crew, hope you've enjoyed it in this one today. There's still a lot of time left, of course. It's been a wonderful week or so overall of match days in the Concacaf Nations League as a whole, from League C all the way through to League A. Here's some of the Antigua and Barbuda moments. That was a chance for the substitute Keon Green to equalize. That was one of Antigua and Barbuda's better chances of the game, and that sort of provides some evidence that they haven't had a ton to really work with in this one to this point. But that doesn't mean that it's over. There's a lot of time left. Things can change. We've seen much, much crazier things happen. We talked about it last night. We've seen a two-goal lead slip in this international window. Gene Kerwan is going to come on for challenger here. Daryl Massicott is also going to come on, and DeAndre Bishop comes out. Those are two Antigua and Barbuda substitutions. Kwame Ture Kirkby, I think, is also entered. That was a triple change. Antigua and Barbuda there. 15 minutes to play. Is Critchlow's goal gonna be enough in the end? And the stats would tell you that it's been all Bermuda, but the scoreline would tell you it's been a lot more even, and that really has not been the case. Bermuda have been much the better side, much the more likely to score and then add on to their lead. Antigua and Barbuda, through some saves from Scott, but also some defensive interventions, have hung around here.
Watch your hand. You're watching it?
Clemens up ahead, it's cut out. Sort of popped up into the air. Martin sends it up ahead. Again, Antigua and Barbuda just trying to fight their way through and possibly create something here, but that pass comes up short. Kane Critchlow intercepts. Bermuda could have another chance here to grab a goal that could double their lead. Lamb and go. Let's see where 13 minutes plus stoppage left. A run forward. This is Tyreek Tong. Oh, he's dispossessed. Bermuda come back the other way. The foul is going to be given.
And here we have two substitutions for Bermuda. Exiting the game.
Bermuda are going to make a couple of changes here. Najai Tucker is going to come on for Reggie Lamb. What a job Reggie Lamb has done. He's really been in and amongst all of the positive moments for Bermuda. His day is done, and Blaze Hall is going to come out as well. Nori Scott, he's going to take his place. So Michael Finley makes 2 changes there. Another player who's really worked his socks off. Blaze Hall could have had a goal in this game. In and amongst the opportunities, but he should still keep his head very much in the upward direction. Solid performance from him. And handshakes all around. High fives as well from his coach and the rest of the staff.
Boys. Don't have to chase it. Get your second.
Ooh, that's a good header down from the restart. Battle continues for it. Left along by Ditterville with the header. And it's a free kick for Antigua and Barbuda.
It is still 1-0 in favor of Bermuda.
Nice ball played in for Clemens. Clemens' cross is deflected, and it actually helps Scott have enough time to get there. Down to 10 minutes plus stoppage time. There is still an opportunity out there for Antigua and Barbuda to grab something from the game. Or is it just going to be too much from Bermuda? Crossing to the middle was dangerous, and again, a little bit of miscommunication. That could have rolled all the way through to Scott, but it's touched out for a corner, and you can see some frustration on Scott's face. Michael Finley and his staff want to see one more go in, make this a little bit more comfortable. Giant Tucker takes the corner short. Tucker gets it back. He has room to work with. Can he pick out a cross? Oh, he nearly did. It's overhead kick away. Still not definitively cleared. It's picked back up. And the cross into the middle was too far out in front for anyone from Bermuda to touch it on target. But it's cleared out for another corner. Bean was in the area, but it was never going to get to him. From the corner, Bermuda will switch the point of attack. It's a little give and go in the end, actually. Lovely layoff. The shot is blazed over the top, but it's a moot point because the offside flag was up. That was Kenori Scott trying to seal the deal, but it became a moot point after the flag went up for offside. Scott will reset the play. Antigua and Barbuda, if they're going to do it, need to start creating more opportunities. It just hasn't happened for them. Scott has to clear it under pressure after the pass back from Antonio Morgan. That's a good cut in field here. Little give and go opportunity. Oh, that was good pace on the back end. Fresh legs of the substitute Tyreek Tong, but he was not able to get on the end of it. Little glimmer of what Antigua and Barbuda could still be capable of here down the stretch. Again, for the amount of opportunities that Bermuda have had, they've only taken the one, and that's made this maybe a little bit more of a nail-biter than they would have been hoping for after Kane Critchlow opened the scoring in the 55th. Ooh, pressure on the goalkeeper. Dale Eve got that away. I think he might have been fouled in the process. Referee will come back and give a free kick. And Eve may have very much felt the after effects of that. Gets it away. Oh, and he really was taken out. That'll give both sets of players an impromptu cooling break here. Try to make sure Eve can continue, the captain for Bermuda. It's always worth mentioning. Doesn't look like Eve will be taken off, but Petre Bell and Malai Perro are the two backup goalkeepers. Just in case. The way it's gone from Mikael Ledgetwood's side, they might need a decent chunk of stoppage time if they are going to create that big moment. It just has not really materialized. Again, some of that has to go down to the great work Bermuda have been doing. Their midfield in particular have been able to get possession back on a multitude of occasions, and that's really helped to dictate the tempo in the game. It's what's led to a multitude of their big opportunities, including the one that Kane Critchlow scored. It's what stifled the Antigua and Barbuda attack for a vast majority of the match. Can Bermuda seal the deal? Kane Critchlow keeps this in play. Bean has his shot blocked. Jai Bean had a real chance there. And Antigua and Barbuda come back the other way. It's a lovely give and go. Daryl Massicott stays on his feet, and the volley is wide of the target. That was the chance. Keon Green sends it agonizingly wide for Antigua and Barbuda. Oh! After Bermuda nearly made it 2-0 up the other end. It's wonderful skill initially from Massicott, and Keon Green makes good contact, but puts it wide. Well, that's what happens when you can't kill the game off. The door remains ajar, and there's always a little bit of hope that something can happen late. That was Antigua and Barbuda's best chance of the match by a country mile. And they might not be done yet. There's still time left, and you'd think a decent chunk of stoppage time because of the substitutions, the goal celebration, and the cooling breaks. Massacot goes back to work, and he'll win a corner for his country on the near side. Two minutes plus stoppage. Can Bermuda hold on? Will Antigua and Barbuda come up with an unlikely equalizer here? From the corner it was flicked on and flicked over. It's a goal kick. Get the ball back into play. '90th minute. We'll wait official confirmation, but we've been told that there will be a decent chunk of stoppage time left. Massacot. Green. Back for Massacot. Oh, touched away from him. Out for a throw-in. Antigua and Barbuda starting to believe here in the dying embers. Across from Morgan. Clearance away. There were a few fans. Antigua and Barbuda asking for a penalty there. I don't think there was enough for one. Richards picks it up. And his pass is to no one in particular. And it's picked up by Eve in the end. All the nearly 400 fans here, 372 of them, we're told, were questioning the referee there as we jump into 5 added minutes. Plenty of time for a late twist or two. Will Bermuda be able to seal this victory?
Gotta get in, gotta get in.
Scott spinning his way out of danger there, gets it away. But that's a giveaway. Kane Critchlow wins it back. Can Bermuda seal the deal here? Pass out wide. Oh, and then the centering pass was into traffic. And the ball is shoveled onto this near side. Well, this has been the man that's helped to provide the spark. Daryl Massacot. Near side, Kerwan. Kerwan into the middle. It could fall for a chance. And it is well wide in the end. Raheem Detterville nowhere near the target. And you could just see the frustration all around. Could he have done better with this? Let's see, it's in traffic. Well, he's being well closed down by 2 players. I'm not really sure that Detterville could have done too much more other than getting his shot blocked. Harry Twite had closed him down, and well, I think even behind him, Dante Leverock would have gotten a block onto that. And you can see Leverock, he's barking at his teammates. He knows this is crunch time, can't let it slip here.
I know he ain't talking to me. Even more, you left 7 on.
3 added minutes, and we'll see how much more time after that.
Put it back on early, make it even up.
Harry Twite was being looked after, and
Hey, go on! No, don't go on.
referee has to welcome him back onto the pitch. Until that happens, Bermuda are going to be down to 10. Morgan up ahead. Does look like the win is going to be taken here and be sent ahead by Kerwan. Dwight is back on. Cross into the middle. He's going to be headed well over the top. Kerwan got his head onto it. Again, it's nowhere near the target, and it's down to 2 minutes. Another injury stoppage here. Again, when these things happen in stoppage time, it's up to the referee to keep them in mind for adding them on to the end of the 5 added minutes. It's always a minimum stoppage time. And another look, Kerwan, who was able to get the highest. Didn't get much oomph on the header, if you will. Not enough power behind it. Leverock now is going to have to step off the field for a moment. There's a little over a minute left of stoppage time, but how much more time will there be after that? How many more chances are Antigua and Barbuda going to get? Could be a chance here. Cross into the middle. Ooh, it's just a little too far. It's kept in play. Massacot cutting inside. It's crossed into the middle. He's touched out for a corner in the dying embers here. Final seconds. And then we'll see how much time after that. Wild sequence led to this moment. Is there to be a late twist? Oh, it's the header, but it's well wide. Great service in there. Oh, and now it's getting a little testy. Inside the penalty area, referee is already reaching for his pocket. Oh, it's a red card. It's a straight red card. And Vashami Allen is sent off. And there's a yellow card for Roger Lee, it looks like as well. My goodness. Just when Antigua and Barbuda were looking for a late twist, they're reduced to 10 men. And is that going to be the nail in the coffin? Well, we didn't get the full picture of that sequence, but that might have just taken the wind out of Antigua and Barbuda's sails here. At 5, almost 6 added minutes now. And Bermuda have a throw in right where they want it. Bermuda have had to do some defending of their own towards the end, but might be enough. It is enough. Full time here in Antigua and Barbuda. Bermuda are victorious. They win it by 1-0. Kane Critchlow is your match winner. And Bermuda picks up a huge victory here to stay right within striking distance in Group D in League B. Antigua and Barbuda left it too late. Too little too late, I might add as well. Not enough opportunities throughout. Bermuda, though, left the door open. That's something they'll have to look back on and improve on as well. They did not put this game away. They very well could have. But in the end, 1 goal was enough. Antigua and Barbuda had some late opportunities. And then as we had anticipated after it was given, the Vashami Allen straight red card at the very end took the wind out of the sails of the host. And Antigua and Barbuda now have a mountain to climb if they are to get back into this fight for promotion to League A. Have to say, though, give credit to Bermuda. Pretty much from start to finish, they were much the better side. And after they suffered their own heartbreak against the Dominican Republic on match day 1, they bounced back beautifully here today in Antigua and Barbuda. And they are 1-0 winners. The other part of this is it turns out to be a historic win for Bermuda as well. The last time they picked up a win against Antigua and Barbuda in a competitive fixture, you have to go back to 1992. A bit of history for Bermuda along the way as well. But the thing they'll care about the most is that when you look at the table, they'll be level on points with Dominica in second place, just 3 points off the top of the table. Let's recap this one with full-time match highlights before we let you go for the rest of the day here. And, well, again, coming in, we knew both teams really needed to win. Settling for a point really doesn't do a lot heading into the October and November fixtures in Concacaf Nations League play. And I must add, Bermuda really from the beginning here were not messing about. They created a lot of chances throughout the entirety of the game, but it started early on. Luke Robinson, who played the entirety of the game, was creating chances early. That was the huge miss from King Critchlow in the first half. And, well, 3 different Bermuda players picked up yellow cards in this one. That was Reggie Lamb, who ended up having an excellent performance himself. He picked up a yellow. Willie Clemens picked up a first half yellow card as well. And despite Bermuda's dominance and big opportunities like this one from the aforementioned Lamb, it would be scoreless going into the second half. And that didn't deter Bermuda. They kept creating opportunities, and then a little moment of magic, a moment of brilliance, and a moment of King Critchlow broke the deadlock just 10 minutes into the start of the second half. That would be your match-winning goal at the end of the day. And, well, there'll be some more, well, big events in the match. A couple of yellow cards would be handed out throughout. And then finally, Antigua and Barbuda started creating opportunities. This was a chance for Keon Green. Daryl Massicott had an opportunity, puts it on a plate for Keon Green, and that might have been their best moment in the attack. Again, it was put wide, and Detterville had a brief glimmer. He puts it wide, and then we didn't get the full picture of this situation, but clearly the referee saw something that warranted a straight red card. Allen sent off in stoppage time, and that would be that. A historic win for Bermuda, and you look at the stats, it was a thoroughly deserved win. A ton of shots in total, a bounty of shots on target. They didn't kill the game off, Bermuda, but they held on at the end, and they beat Antigua and Barbuda on their home patch by 1-0. And Bermuda are right there in the group as well. One final look at the group. Bermuda actually jump up into second on goal difference ahead of Dominica on 3 points, and they're just 3 points back of the Dominican Republic, who are in first. Well, another thrilling game, another wonderful day of action in the Concacaf Nations League. We hope you enjoyed it, and we say so long from Antigua and Barbuda. A historic win for Bermuda. They win it by 1-0.